Open the material package, take out these 3 leather pieces. Sew the bottom part of the bag. One side of the leather goods is made of genuine leather with a coarse texture, while the other side is made of microfiber. Arrange as shown in the video. The holes on both sides of the leather need to be sewn together. The right side shows how it looks when sewn. Measure a piece of wax thread 3 times the length of the bottom of the bag. This is the length of the bottom of the bag. We need to multiply by 3 for the length. You can watch beginner videos for threading tutorials. 2 layers of leather, holes aligned. After passing through 2 leather pieces, pull the thread to equal lengths. Hold the thread steady with your left hand and suture with your right hand. With 3 or 4 holes remaining, sew the remaining holes with any thread. Then return to suturing. Sew both the front and back sides. Repeat 1 or 2 stitches with each needle, then cut the thread. Leave the thread on the back side. Suture here using the same method. The bottom of the bag is sewn. Next, deal with the threads on the back. Leave only 1 to 2 mm of thread. Then quickly burn the end of the thread with a lighter. The same method is used to handle other threads. This part is complete. Then sew the small D-ring onto the bag body. Leather facing outwards, threaded through the D-ring. This is what it looks like when it is sewn together. Measure a piece of wax thread equal to the length of the bag body. Fold the leather in half, align the holes, and sew them together. Before cutting the thread, repeat 1 or 2 stitches on each thread. Then attach this leather piece to the bottom of the bag. One side of the leather is relatively thin. If you can't see it clearly in the video, you can feel it for yourself. Now prepare to sew the thick side. Then connect the thin side to the bottom of the bag. What it looks like when it is sewn. Thin side facing down. Cut a wax thread 4.5 times the length of the leather. The two parts of the bag are connected together. Then sew the handle. It should be noted that, when suturing, keep the D-ring facing upward. Cut a piece of wax thread 5 times the length of the hole. Align the holes and sew together. When sewing, it is better to roll up the leather for easier sewing. The red circle area needs to be reinforced with an additional stitch. Sew 2 horizontal stitches on both sides of the handle. Sew this hole using the same method as on the right side. Then sew the other end of the handle. Both handles have been sewn on separately. Next, you can deal with the threads on the leather. Take out these 2 pieces of leather and sew them onto both sides of the bag. This is what it looks like when one side is sewn. Cut a piece of wax thread twice the length of the diagonal of the bag body. Leather and red thread area stitching. Sew it up like this. Then, attach the other piece of the bag body. But here, only a small section needs to be sewn together. Cut a piece of wax thread twice the height of the bag. Only a small section of the hole needs to be sewn together. Leave the rest to be sewn later. Next, place the leather pieces together, leather side to leather side, and sew the other side. As before, only a small portion needs to be sewn together. Now, the body of the bag has been sewn together. Then sew the bottom of the bag. Take out these materials. There are 4 edging strips. Take out any 2 of them. The remaining 2 will use to sew the bag opening. Cut a piece of wax thread 4 times the length of one of the edging strips. True holes on the side of the bag. Align with the true large holes centered on the short side of the bottom of the bag. Clamp the transparent tube between the edging strips. A small section of the transparent tube is exposed. Align edges. Align the large hole on the left side of the bottom of the bag with the first hole on the bag edge strip. Make sure the leather side is facing inward. There are many layers of leather here, which are threaded through the corresponding holes in order. The transparent tube must be under the seam line before it can be sewn. Each layer of holes is aligned and sewn together. When suturing, pay attention to whether the transparent tube is inside the suture. When sewing to the band, each hole on each layer must be carefully aligned, as it is easy to make mistakes when bending. When suturing, pull the thread tight. Sew the handle in place, and reinforce the seam with an extra stitch. The seam here is also sewn with overlapping stitches. When sewing to the middle of the bag body, check whether the large holes at the bottom and body of the bag are aligned. If it can be aligned, it means that the previous stitching is fine. You can continue to sew the remaining holes. Otherwise, there are sewing errors at the front that need to be unstitched. Then sew another binding strip. Cut a wax thread for charms the length of the edging strip. Edge banding wrapped around transparent tube, passing through layer by layer in sequence. Pull the line to the middle. Connect to the previous hole. Overlap one stitch to reinforce. The same as the previous stitching. Sew to the middle position, remembering to check that the large holes in the two layers of leather are aligned. When there are only a few stitches left to sew, sew the transparent tube that has been set aside together with the edging strip. The seam area needs to overlap the stitches. Cut off the excess transparent tube. The bottom of the bag has been sewn. Then tidy up all the threads. Turn the bag right side out. Organize bag shape. Press down on the bottom like in the video. Make the bag look better. Then sew the sides of the bag together. Stitch appearance. Cut wax thread 5 times the length of the seam. Insert the needle into the hole where the previous line ended. Pull the thread to the middle and sew with 2 needles in an alternating pattern. Two layers of leather aligned and sewn together. When there are only a few holes left to sew, sew up the remaining holes with any thread. Then use a lighter to treat the threads. Next, sew the binding strip and inner bag. Align the side seams of the inner pocket. Find the true midpoints. Use small scissors to cut a small opening as a mark. Just make a small incision, as it will need to be sutured later. On the other side, too. Put the inner bag into the bag body. Align the 4 midpoints of the bag opening. Secure with clips. The same applies to the other side. Align the cut edge of the inner pocket with the large hole in the middle of the bag opening. Open the seam allowance on the side of the inner pocket and align it. Take out one of the edging strips and sew the bag opening. Cut a wax thread for 1.5 times the length of the edging strip. the appearance of the joint area after the edge banding has been completed. Sewing from the seam position. Start sewing from approximately 10 holes outside the midpoint of the side. With the edging strip added, there are 4 layers of stitching. Make sure that the lining is sewn in place with every stitch. Pull the wax thread to the middle so that both ends are of equal length. While sewing, keep the inner back flat and smooth. Sew to the middle area, move the clamp to the side, and continue sewing. When you are almost finished sewing, you can use up the wax thread. Or, after sewing the first binding strip, cut a new piece of wax thread. Before cutting the thread, overlap 1 or 2 stitches, and then cut the thread. Then take out another edging strip. Cut a wax thread for 1.5 times the length of the edging strip. Interface according to the video splicing method. There are no holes at the connection point between the 2 edging strips. The seam needs to be reinforced with 2 stitches. When sewing, be sure to search the inner bag. Preparing for the final stage. The entire bag is now complete. Use a lighter to deal the threads. Take out the hole punch tool. Drill holes according to the holes on the bag. Use rubber sheets or wooden boards as a base. Align the sharp edge of the tool with the hole position. Hit hard with a hammer. This is how the hole should look. In the same way, tap the remaining holes. All 6 holes have been drilled.
Then take out the snaps. Cause I've had my code to the pictures.
First, take a look at how it looks once installed. Here's the side of the bag. One set each for Group A and Group B can be installed to secure them in place. Group B has already been installed on this side. The other side needs to install Group A. Insert from the inside into the buckle face. The metal cylinder protrudes completely from the leather. Install tool alignment metal cylinder. Hit it hard, get it done in one gun. Pay attention to the direction of the snap fastener in the middle of the bag opening. Button the front from the outside to the inside. The tools for each fastener are the same, only the direction of the fasteners is different. Group B is installed here. Install Group A on that side. The bag is now complete. The shoulder straps fasten. Adjust to the desired length. Thanks for watching.